I'm 28 years old and have been married to my wife for 7 years. Yes, I got married young. We have a 5-year-old child whom I love with all my heart, and a part of me still loves my wife too. On Memorial Day 2019, I had to work while my wife had the day off. The night before, we had a great date. We went to a bar, had a few drinks, talked, walked, and even had sex. Everything seemed fine. The next day, our daughter was with her grandparents, so we could have a night out. When I got home from work, my wife had been out shopping, picked up our daughter, and bought a new car seat for her. She greeted me with a kiss, and we chatted about our day before heading out to a movie with her family. It was a late night, and after putting our daughter to bed, my wife went outside for a smoke while I stayed on the couch. When she came back in, we got ready for bed, and that's when she told me we needed to talk. She confessed she had kissed another man that day, a guy she knew and hung out with. She also admitted to being in love with her friend's husband. She swore there had been no physical relationship with him, though I'm not sure I believe that. She said she needed to stay with her parents for a while, and we spent the whole night talking. The next day, she went to a pre-planned concert with a friend, saw the guy she kissed again, and ended up spending the night with him. I was devastated. I felt completely worthless. She moved out to live with her parents for about 7 weeks, during which she kept seeing this guy. She went back and forth between wanting to make things work for our family and wanting to be single. This limbo continued with ups and downs, moments of intimacy and distance for those 7 weeks. Then, about a year ago, I reached my breaking point. One evening, while I was at a baseball game with our daughter, she was supposed to come by to pick up some of her things. When she didn't, I called her, and she said it was too hard. I lost my temper. I told her I didn't care how hard it was for her or the guy she was seeing. I demanded she come the next day to take what she wanted, or I'd throw it all away and keep what I wanted. I left the divorce papers on the coffee table for her to see when she did come over. When she finally came to pick up her things, the atmosphere shifted. Suddenly, she wanted to work things out. We started seeing a marriage counselor, and she began therapy on her own. For the first 8 or 9 months, things were actually going well. I was genuinely happy to have my family back. We communicated more, and she eventually confessed to having had some form of inappropriate relationship with 4 different guys during our marriage. Not all of them were physical, but she had spent time with them while I was working or had been in touch with them in ways that crossed the line. Despite everything, I wanted to give our relationship another chance, believing she was finally being honest and wanting to change. However, now things are getting rocky again. We're approaching the 1-year mark since she first confessed, and I'm torn about what to do. Our intimacy has dwindled, we're not spending as much quality time together, and the lack of trust is taking a toll. She rarely initiates contact, and I've been the one starting any physical closeness for the past month or so. Something just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. I've been reflecting a lot on what I want in my life, and I think I might be holding on to this relationship because she meets some of my needs. But I'm not sure she can meet the more important ones. The lack of trust and respect is a major issue for me. I'm finding it harder and harder to get past it. While our physical connection is good, when that's not happening, I don't feel like I want to be in this relationship. I keep imagining my future, and I don't necessarily see her as an essential part of it. I feel like if I could move past this, with or without her, I could focus on my own growth and success. The constant worry and fear, her reluctance to address our issues, and her lack of effort to improve our relationship are exhausting me and keeping me from reaching my full potential. Last month, I even joined Tinder and Bumble, met a few women, and set up a date with someone I found attractive. But when the night came, I couldn't go through with it. I canceled the date, deleted all the numbers, and uninstalled the apps. I've been wondering why I felt the need for that kind of validation. I think it's because some needs aren't being met in my relationship. While I regret getting close to cheating, it also made me realize that I could be okay without my wife, at least when it comes to my physical needs. But I'm worried about my child. I'm anxious about who my wife might bring around and how it could affect our kid. Despite everything, I know I would miss my wife, but it almost feels like she's better suited to being just a friend with benefits for me. All of this stems from the lack of trust, communication, and enthusiasm in our marriage. I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. Maybe just some outside perspective, some feedback. I've been journaling, so I figured why not share it somewhere I can interact with others. Thanks for reading.